Did you find it?
All right, I hope I'm doing it right. Okay, all right. All right, so my thing was, why didn't they just make it a fake message? Like the engineer was all in it, splicing stuff together. Why didn't they just make a false message?
And I really thought that because it was Lex Luthor that he was lying, but and how come she was able to retrieve the message and
translate it?
Right, and Superman's own servants couldn't retrieve the other part. Why are you shaking your head?
Because it doesn't make any sense. Sauceboi.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. That one was like that had me tilting my head. I'm like, how did you retrieve the message? And better yet, how did you translate it? Because especially like when he was getting back from watching like Fantastic Four, right? The way Johnny translated Silver Surfer's language made sense.
Yeah.
Right? Like he had something to base it off of.
Right.
And then he was like, and then you saw him. He spent like the past like week or two just trying to piece all of it together. His room looked like a madman.
Now remember, in Fantastic Four, a whole 9 months passed.
Exactly.
No, 10 months, because it took him a month to get back to Earth.
Exactly. And he takes he takes all that time trying to decipher the language.
Right.
How did Lex?
Yeah, because Johnny was like, no, Stretch has other important things to concentrate on. I'll do this by myself.
Right. And it took him 9 months to translate an alien language, and he was able to do it enough to get every word down.
Well, I mean, Lex for some reason has the power to do anything in this movie. He can clone Superman, which is easy for some reason.
I don't think corny too. I thought the fact that he could clone Superman was corny, but he said it wasn't perfect because he said he was like dumb as a doorknob.
But somehow he was stronger than Superman.
Right. So yeah, how do you make somebody stronger? Or was it the nanites from the other girl that made him stronger?
Here's the thing, right? Again, the bird was talking about earlier. They've been doing this dance for a long time, right? For 3 years. That's a lot of time, right? He could replicate a Superman, but he couldn't get his brain to function, which he said, had its pros and its cons.
He said it was simple cloning Superman, which is garbage.
No, he said he had to comb through all of his fights to get a single piece of hair to be able.
Superman ain't human. The rules for humanity don't apply to Superman or Krypton.
Here's also a thing though. It's Lex. He could be just saying it was easy to just boost his own ego. I don't think it was easy at all.
Okay.
But that could just be a Lex moment, him saying it was easy. So I didn't look into that too much. And also I was like, all right, it's been 3 years. I don't. And then again, Ultraman was an idiot. So I was like, all right, I can understand that.
But Sauceboi.
Yes.
Okay, Ultraman may have been dumber than Superman,
right?
But he wasn't reckless. There was nothing reckless about Ultraman. He just did everything that Lex told him to do.
In the comics, that's what he did.
No, that's all in this movie. In this movie, he was never unstable. He never said, "Oh, get him back. He's loose" or anything.
Okay, right. He did follow all of Lex Luthor's commands, and that's how he beat him. But how could he? I thought it was corny that he could anticipate Superman's moves in order to be able to beat him.
All right, I don't have a problem with them studying his moves or whatever. But my thing is this: why can't Superman adapt?
And that's the other thing I thought. I was like, well, if you know that he knows how you usually fight, then change your fighting strategy. Do something different.
We're talking about Ultraman and the cloning of Superman, which is simple for Lex Luthor.
Yeah. You feel like what? You feel like it should be more complicated? How you feel that?
I like Sauceboi's point that Lex Luthor is just being vain and just saying, "Oh, it's simple," but he probably really wasn't.
It probably really wasn't.
Because if you remember,
if it took him 3 years to do it, I don't think it was
simple.
Right. My thing is this also. Okay, according to y'all remember Young Justice when they made the clone of Superman? It turned out to be Match.
Yeah.
He was really unstable. He had no mind. He was They had to put him on ice. That's how bad Match was. Because my thing was this. Okay, so if Ultraman, who was a clone of Superman, and Lex Luthor said it's dumber than Superman, where was all this dumbness?
Well, he didn't say he was wild. All he said was that he was dumb.
Yeah,
but where was all this dumbness? Now, whenever
was in that without Lex telling him what to do,
he can't do nothing.
Both are getting mocked.
Yeah.
But that is true.
He just lost the fight.
He was commanding all his moves. You gotta remember that.
Yeah.
Like after,
Okay.
after
then
Crypto
when-
destroyed
right.
all the cameras,
Right.
he was getting folded.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay, but where was all this dumbness though?
I think the dumbness is just that he lacks the ability to function. I don't think he's like crazy. I
He
think
was still a threat.
Yeah,
he was still
but-
fighting.
but he
because
doesn't-
of Lex. Without Lex,
Okay,
That's
so
not true because after Crypto did kill all the toys, he still was able to fight Superman at the end, and then Superman put him in a bus and he went into the black hole. So,
now, you know who they're saying he's going to turn out to be going into a black hole, right?
Bizarro.
Right, he might be Bizarro going into a black hole or whatever. But when Bizarro's on the planet, even without trying anything, he is a threat to everyone because Bizarro is really dumb. But Ultraman, like when Lex,
be a threat if you're dumb.
Well, that's because Bizarro actually tries.
you could be a threat.
I'm just saying, like we don't see anything unstable about
Because
it.
you do dumb stuff.
Here's how I look at Ultraman in this movie. Yes, he's dumb, but it's like he lacks autonomy dumb. Whereas Bizarro is dumb, but he has things that he still wants to do dumb.
I mean, because like I'm gonna just okay. So Lex is talking to Superman, and the clone is just standing there looking at him.
Exactly.
Right, because Lex wasn't telling him to do anything.
He lacks autonomy
He
dumb.
likes autonomy. He doesn't move on his own. Lex made him at the end of the day. So he move on Lex's dime. Whatever Lex tell him to do, this should be good.
Yeah,
He
but
likes
like
autonomy.
I said, after Crypto destroyed all the toys, he still did go after Superman.
Because he still had his directive to fight Superman, however way that could be.
Okay, so after the toys were destroyed, why wasn't he still going at him? Because Lex could still talk to Superman.
That's why I'm saying no. He was still going after because remember he like.
No. There were scenes where they're just looking at each other like
He probably just didn't have the order.
he didn't have the order.
He didn't know what to do. He didn't know what
Like
he
for
should do.
the whole time,
He likes
whenever Ultraman
autonomy.
fought Superman, he had Lex telling him what to do. So if Lex wasn't telling him what to do, stare at him.
Well, again, I think having a clone of Superman in the very first movie was another sign of a bloated
After 3
movie
years?
with too much
understand
stuff.
that.
I can feel you on that.
I can understand
But
that.
it is after 3 years. It's 3 whole years.
But this is the first movie, though. This sets the tone for the whole DC cinematic universe. So again, Lex Luthor said, "Oh, I just replicated the Big Bang to create this pocket."
Yeah, how
Really?
do
You just
yeah.
replicated the creation of the universe?
Yeah.
I just did it in this pocket. There's just so much
Why is
dumb stuff
Superman's
going on in
mom
this
and
movie.
dad both alive? I thought that his dad died.
He might die sooner or later. Okay, what did y'all think of the portrayal of Ma and Pa Kettle in this movie? Portrayal, not betrayal. Portrayal.
I didn't like him at all.
They, I also think that was disrespectful too. They made these country bumpkin podunk, which Martha and Jonathan Kent are never portrayed as.
Yeah, they made him too like simple. Yeah, like back in the woods, I don't know what I'm doing. Go fetch me some corn liquor so I can sit down with my corn cob pipe.
He's supposed to be a farm boy though, so why can't they be country?
Yeah.
I don't mind that too much.
That's what I'm saying. I don't really see the issue.
They're just old farmers. That's all I saw.
They're farmers.
I just know James Gunn's imprint is all over this movie.
Now, explain that.
Like, okay, first of all, it's an ensemble cast, which it shouldn't have been. It should have just been a Superman-centric cast.
What is
Half of the cast, more than one person. It's like a group of people.
Okay, go ahead. Okay.
I feel like this movie should have been even more Superman-centric, even though everybody in the movie is doing stuff relative to Superman.
Okay.
But way too many cast members, way too many superheroes, way too much wacky stuff going on. Okay, so okay, let's look at this. Lex Luthor recreated the Big Bang in this pocket universe that created this rainbow river
Right.
called an anti-proton river, which made no sense
Yeah,
to
I
the
didn't
story
understand the river at all.
that leads into a black hole. Like, come on, you're just doing way too much. All this stuff that leads into a black hole in a pocket dimension, recreated by the Big Bang. Like, come
I
on.
think you want your superheroes to be too grounded. Like, we're talking about Superman in the DC universe. There's nothing grounded.
Why put all this in the very first movie?
To show how silly Superman is.
Okay, so you're saying that to show that Superman is silly.
I mean, Superman punches a dude so hard that every version of himself feels it.
Like, if you really read a Superman comic or read a couple, like, they don't always make sense. They're not supposed to. It's not real. It's fake. It's not real. It's
So
DC.
that means the movie shouldn't make sense either.
The movie makes sense. You just
Okay, so what was the sense of the anti-proton river? What was the sense of that?
You said sense of the anti-proton.
What was the sense of that being in the movie?
I think that might have been to show the instability of the whole pocket dimension thing.
The river?
Yeah.
That played no part in the rift that was destroying reality.
The baby.
Oh, so that's why the river was in it, just so he could save that ugly alien baby.
To show Superman's care.
Nah, pointless.
That's another reason.
Another pointless element
What's
of the
wrong
movie.
with the river? Like,
You wanna know what was pointless?
What is the point? What is the point of the anti-proton? Okay, I asked you a question. Nobody answered the question.
Wanna know what's
What is the point of the anti-proton river?
So Superman can save the baby from being destroyed.
Stupid.
What is it? Like, why does it matter? Like, why does everything have to matter? Everything.
Okay, so you're saying stuff in this movie that doesn't matter then. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
So we're
Why
saying
does
the same
everything
thing.
matter?
So we're basically saying the same thing.
No,
A lot of stuff in this movie doesn't matter. It made no sense. There was no point for it to be in the movie.
to matter? Sometimes you just put a Deus Ex Machina in a story, and it moves the story forward. You don't need everything.
It moves the story. The river moves the story
in a movie
forward.
does not have to matter. Every single thing does not have to matter.
But you know, I was wondering why Superman couldn't fly out the river, why he had to be pulled out.
But he stopped the flow of the black hole by blowing into it.
No, he flew away
He
from
flew away
it.
from the black hole with metamorpho.
That's not how breathing works. No, that's not how it works.
Superman.
It's Superman.
It's literally not real. It's Superman.
I'm well aware of it. I've been aware of Superman before you were born. I do know.
There's a bit of ludicrousness in like a lot of the things.
So we didn't have the strength to fly out of the river. Right. So let's go this ludicrous route. So we didn't have the strength to fly out of the river, but he could blow a black hole still.
No, because here's the thing. He had Crypto helping him.
No,
Crypto didn't do anything there. Crypto did nothing
Crypto did
there.
help.
Crypto did
No, he
help.
didn't. When he blew, he didn't help.
He did help.
Okay, I need you to think instead of talking. I need you to think. I need you to think instead of talking. What did Crypto do to get out of the black hole?
Crypto was
pulling on Superman.
and Metamorpho was flying away from the black hole.
No, Superman grabbed Crypto. Crypto didn't grab Superman when he blew away from the black hole.
He did grab Crypto.
Yeah, Superman grabbed Crypto.
Because Crypto wasn't doing anything. That's why.
Crypto was still pulling him away from the black hole.
He was pulling Crypto away when he blew.
Yeah, he did. He grabbed Crypto.
He grabbed Crypto.
And the Metamorphosis man pulled him, but he did blow in order to help the Metamorphosis.
So you're telling me there's more force in him blowing than him propulsion and flying.
It was literally
I
added
said-
extra force.
Extra.
Why is that not
like I
common
said,
sense?
He said, "I can't fly out of here."
Right,
So
I
he
didn't-
blew with it. That was the help.
Okay,
It's literally
he did.
extra
Okay,
force.
Superman-
So there's more trash.
No.
Now
I
it's trash.
understood the concept of him helping the Metamorphosis man get him out of the black hole, but I didn't understand why he couldn't fly out of the river. That
Probably
part I
because he
didn't
had
understand.
Right.
gotten energy from a sun and not the sun. And after being shot with kryptonite for like 2 days.
How long?
For like 2 days.
Okay, do you know a black hole absorbs matter and light? So blowing into a black hole makes no sense. There's it doesn't make sense. Makes no sense.
Oh, so he's saying him blowing in shouldn't have done anything.
It shouldn't have did anything because like there's you're creating more matter by blowing into
He's
it.
saying there's nothing to propel him against.
Again, I gave this movie a good grade, but I'm just saying there's a lot of bloat in this movie for the first movie. It's like he just overdid it with just so much stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's
Black
all
hole-
I'm saying.
The black hole does absorb.
Yes.
So that makes sense. I can understand it.
Right.
So
Again,
do you think they should have started off Superman when he first got back to Earth, since they're recreating Superman?
first got what?
When he first got to Earth, like how they
Oh, like an origin story?
yes.
No, I don't think it was necessary.
Now, I
But
will say,
my thing was this: if you'd have kept it to, if you'd have made a more cohesive story with just like Luthor doing something to get Superman out of the way so that he could take over the, what's it called, Jaharan Corps. If that would have been more centralized to the story, I feel like half of the characters and half the cast wouldn't even been necessary.
I mean, are they ever? Are they ever necessary? Like, no.
It's whoever necessary.
The cast, the extra cast.
How many extra heroes were in Superman Returns?
None.
How many extra heroes were in Christopher Reeve's Superman?
None. That's my point.
How many extra heroes were in Man of
That's
Steel?
my point. Are they ever really necessary? None.
Okay, so why were they necessary for this one
Like
to be
Mr.
unnecessary?
Terrific's role.
Yeah, he was good in this.
They weren't.
I think
they never actually
I
are.
think that Mr.
This is the only movie that has extra superheroes in it. So what do you mean? Are they ever necessary?
You mean the only Superman movie that has extra superheroes in it?
Yeah.
Maybe they're going to build up the other.
Right. We know the DC universe is coming, but why put all these people in without telling us who they are? I already know who they are because of comic books.
Yeah.
But if you're the general audience, like, why can this guy do this? Who is this? What is it?
I only know who Green Lantern is. I'm not. No, I don't know who the Hawk Girl and Mr. Terrific are. I don't.
Did you know who Metamorpho was?
No.
No, I don't know.
Nobody knew who he was.
Right. So I'm saying, without comics, most of the general audience is like, okay, who are his super friends here?
I agree with that.
That's all I'm saying.
I agree with that. Only thing I really disagree with you on is like the parents and Kara. That's really about it.
Okay, what about his Viltrumite Kryptonian parents?
What, like the fact that they were okay? I don't remember Superman's parents ever being.
Yes.
Never heard
exactly.
that one.
The second
Yes.
part of the message,
Yeah.
the girl could
Like,
retrieve, but his own servants couldn't. Which I thought
Yeah, they
was
couldn't
pretty
retrieve
good.
that.